The moment you've all been waiting for. The royal hostess with the mostest. The queen bee with the money, honey.
BeePlus.
That's right. And it's time you all bow to the real queen bee.
Here she comes, the most beautiful bee in the universe.
You're stealing all the bees just because you're jealous?
No, that's just a bonus. My actual plan is to capture all the queens. Their hives will then have no choice but to follow me.
All right. Hello, everybody. Good evening. Sorry, I'm a few minutes late. I had to take a cold shower because it is so freaking hot. Like, oh my God, guys, I can't even describe it. I am in the one air-conditioned room in the house, and I am so happy to be here. I was going to go do my live where I usually do it, but I'm like, you know what? I can't handle it anymore. I'm going to be so miserable if I go live out here, so I'm going to come into this back room, and we're going to do this here. So, I am here. I am ready to go. So yeah, let's get some things out of the way. I have my water here. And I do apologize to everybody. I won't be looking at chat too much going on here, but I'll be here for a few minutes. Hi, Melanie. Hi, Karen. Earthbound Spirit, of course. Hi, Cheap. Good to see you. Voices. Michelle, of course. Who else is in here? Kellyanne, Gary. Let's see. Maybe I'm scrolling here. Audrey. Hello. Hi, Amber. And I'm sure that if I'm missing something, I'm sorry. I can read, I swear. So yeah. So here's the thing. Yes. All right. So I know I posted a little, like a couple days ago or whatever, about asking if anybody wanted to mod. I did get 2 responses, and those 2 people are 2 people that I am very excited to have mod. I came on here because I got the video actually done, so I haven't modded anybody yet. So hopefully Michelle can. I know Michelle can. Michelle's a superhero. She's great. Hi, Barb. Hi, One Red Rose. So yeah, that's what I'm doing with that. But yeah, so I did a poll earlier because I wanted to know if everybody, like, if you guys had a preference of whether you enjoyed, like, if I should put clip videos together to react to, or if I should just play the audio. And a lot of you like the clip videos. Now, I will tell you, the thing about the clip videos is that it takes forever to do. So please disregard the fact that these are just basically a bunch of clips I threw together, because honestly, I did not have the energy or the desire to, like, fancy it up any, and they're not in any particular order, but I did divide them all to kind of get my point across. So if you haven't guessed, tonight's topic is I do want to discuss the new goings-ons with Natasha Cooper and, what she's been doing lately. So for those of you who don't know, I do marketing, business. That's what I do. It's what I'm going to grad school for. It's also what I've done most of my adult life. So, a lot of the stuff that I see her doing is stuff that I can identify, and I want to explain it to people. And, I'm also going to, out of the goodness of my heart, although I'm sure she's not going to listen, and that's fine, I'm going to give my honest opinions and honest advice in some ways about this, because Lord knows she's not going to listen to me or follow anything I have to say, so I know it'll be upon deaf ears, but I just wanted to point out some stuff, just in case, people haven't picked up on it, or if they have things they want to talk about, I'm going to point it all out. And I have I have been listening to the past 3 streams, and I have just been like, oh my God, I have so much to say about this. But unfortunately, this isn't going to be in any particular order, so bear with me here. We're going to figure it out. My life has been very hectic. I am at the end of, getting my grad school stuff in. I'm dealing with my own personal stuff. For those of you, and I've debated whether I wanted to say this on here. Some of you guys know, because I've told you personally, I've been trying to figure out and grappling how to handle something that happened that was YouTube related to me earlier this week. I've been grappling on whether I wanted to address it at all, if it's better to just leave it alone and not say anything, if it's best to, I have no idea. This is new territory for me. The last thing that I want to do is give people any, ammunition to throw my way, I guess. But when it's something that, like what happened earlier this week, I feel like I kind of need to say something because I'm just so angry about it. So, okay, I think I'm going to. And to be fair, all I'm going to say is that, people, there's a difference. If you want to go on YouTube and you want to come at me on YouTube or even in my emails, that's fine. But what you don't get to do on here, and it happens far too often, and the point I'm trying to make, though, is that what this person did, it's not going to make a difference. I'm not going anywhere. So you can, you had that conversation. So I'm going to say it again. So this has happened to me before. It's just this time was a little bit different because for a lot of reasons that I'm not going to say. But somebody called my parents again, and had a conversation with my dad. And my dad had a conversation with me about it. And that is why I came on here and I said that there was a live, not the last one I did, but the one prior, that I came off a little bit aggressive. And I agree, I did. Because I'm angry. I'm angry because my life is being invaded for things I didn't do. Put that on top of the other stuff that I'm dealing with in my personal life, and it's like a perfect storm. So what I want to communicate back to that person, because I don't know who did it. I have no idea. I know it was a woman. I have no information other than that. And to be honest with you, I didn't want to push the issue because that is something I'll discuss with him at a later time. That's all I wanted to say about that. I wanted to get out of there. But the thing is that, I'm an adult. I'm 33 years old. My parents do not dictate what I say or what I do on here. That is not, you can say whatever you want. It's not going to change the fact that I live in my own home and can get on the internet. And I don't really feel that I'm doing anything I shouldn't be. But to that person, like, I don't do that to you. I don't invade your personal life or your family, or I don't know who it is. I mean, I have my suspicions as to who it is, but I could be wrong. I don't know who would stoop that low, but somebody did. And yeah, a bunch of tattletales, I'm telling you. And and like I said, I did talk to my dad about it, and I did come off very aggressive in 2 lives ago from this, and I acknowledge that. But I'm angry, and I'm also going to say what I want to say. Nothing's going to change that. He can't, unplug my internet. Like, it doesn't work like that. I live on my own. So the worst that can happen is that he's going to have a conversation with me about it. And to be honest, once I explained it to him, he more thought you were crazy. So just so you know, like, he's very polite, and I know it might have come off as if, because he's going to listen to you. Of course he is. But that's about where that ends. I think that, my explanation checked out. So, but I don't want to even talk about it. But that's what I've been struggling with this week is, like, do I say something? Do I not say something? I'm like, people are going to say that. But the person who's been harassing me via email and all of that, I even checked the email. So if they've continued with the nonsense of, harassing me and sending me like 50 emails in a day, I haven't seen it because I'm not going to look at it. Not going to happen. Because I'm all set. And I know that, like, I'm not actually sure entirely what I've done to put myself in the line of fire for this. I don't know what I've done to anybody, really, that's any worse than anything anybody's done on here, but especially when I've never spoken to the people. But that's okay. But I did want to say that, and I debated whether I wanted to say it because I don't want to be like, oh, well, it bothered her, so let's call again. Don't fucking call them, okay? Don't do it. Because it's going to come to a point where, like, you don't want to get them involved. Like, they don't have control over me. So you calling and saying these, like, all this stuff that you keep, whatever, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All I know is that, I've thought long and hard, I've reflected, and I am perfectly comfortable with what I'm doing, and I'm going to move on from that, and we're going to get on to the good stuff here. But yeah, don't contact people's family. Don't do it. It's inappropriate. Like, I know that, I think what my dad was more mad at me about, guys, and I'll say this, is that I put his name in jeopardy on here. And that was my own fault. But I have removed all of that information per his request. I have removed everything he's asked me to remove, which had anything pertaining to my parents' personal information because they feel violated. So stop doing it. Okay? Like, you're bothering 2 elderly people who don't have anything to do with this, don't bother you, don't even say your name, don't know who you are, and I don't even live with them. And so, like, have fun with that. And I think they told you that too. My dad said he was clear about that. So, yeah. And I believe that's the 4th time that's happened, but that's the one time that my dad's actually had a conversation with the person. So, yeah, and it was different this time. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, so yeah, right. I mean, I wish my dad had just hung up the phone. I don't know why he talked to them. I really don't know. Apparently they had like a half-hour conversation. I don't fucking know. I don't know who's taking credit for it, but I'll find, let me find out. Let me find out who it is. And I'm still not going to invade your life. So whatever. But yeah, that needs to stop. It needs to stop. And to be honest, I don't know. Like, I'm in this weird place where I'm like wondering where it could have come from. And then I don't know, like, I can't quite put my finger on it because it could be a whole numerous amount of people. But there are some people that are particularly unhinged right now. So I'm looking in their direction, but we'll see. We'll see. I did ask my dad to find the number. I don't know if he'll do that for me or what, but I did ask him, like, if you can go and look on the because he didn't think to look at the caller ID, and I don't think he thought anything of it, because they're in their 70s. They're not thinking like that. But I'm sure it would be on the phone bill. So yeah, so I have 2 videos prepared for tonight. Why is it doing this? That I was going to play for everybody and give my commentary on, and it's a mix of 3 of Natasha's latest lives, 3 or 4 of them, and I want to kind of give my commentary on this stuff and point out some of these manipulative tactics that she's doing, because she's trying some new stuff, guys. She's realizing that her old formula, it doesn't work. And what I have a lot to say about that too, from my own experience. So it was their landline, yes, Remy. And it wouldn't have been hard to find. So, but not anymore. I removed all of that information, like anything, any video that I had up here that would have remotely pointed anybody in that direction. That's my own fault. That's my fault. That I left that up here. That was really stupid of me. I shouldn't have done it. But I feel bad for them. I'm not really mad about myself. I'm just mad that somebody bothered them. That's not fair. Call my cell phone. Find my cell phone number somewhere. I don't know. You guys seem to be like detectives, so go ahead. Go nuts. You can bother me all day long. I don't care. Just leave them alone, please. You have nothing to do with this. And I assure you, they addressed all of your concerns with me. And I still don't give a fuck. So yes. Yep. But I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out. Like, it could have been one of those. I don't know. I'm gonna ask him to look it up though, because I'm curious. That part of me doesn't even care, because regardless of who it was, it's fucked up. But yes. So let me get that video up and running, and hopefully I can get all my commentary out. I am gonna say I might get a little bit sleepy. I did have to take one of my I have a prescription medicine for allergies, but it's like Benadryl kind of, but it's prescription, and it makes me kind of sleepy. But I have like the worst, like, I don't know if it's poison ivy, I don't know what it is, but I'm very itchy, so if it makes me a little sleepy, I'm sorry. So yes, well, yeah, that's right, Delaney. I was very interested in the fact that her douche canoe thing that she was talking about, that suddenly she's kind of changed her tune on it. Suddenly she's having people text her saying the exact same thing that I've been saying for months, which I know a lot of people have already recognized, but using the same tactics. So she's using like reverse psychology a little bit. She's not only doing that though, but she's finding some other really interesting ways to try to convince people to donate to her. And I have some business advice for her, quite frankly. So yeah, here we go. Because all right, let me share it. I don't know which one. There's no law or rhyme or reason as to why any of these are the way they are. So just bear with me here. I just threw them together. I was like, you know what? F it. I want to go live tonight. So, okay. I swear I know what I'm doing. I swear. Let's see. I think it was this one. Yeah. And I don't want to do that. Hopefully you guys can hear it. Let me turn my volume up, like all the way up, so people can hopefully hear it. Hopefully you guys can hear it. If not, I am so sorry. I'll turn my air conditioner off, but yeah. Okay. All right. So I think I did this out of order, but that's fine. So let's get started. There's still long pauses in it. I didn't edit it at all, so bear with me.
This is my life. This is my channel. This is my community. And if people want to call me a dictator, if people want to call me a tyrant, if people want to say I'm controlling, if people want to say I'm a cult leader, whatever, maybe I am.
So hopefully you guys can hear it. My phone is across the room, so if somebody texts me, let me know that you can. I'm probably not going to hear it. So hopefully you guys can. Actually, you know what? I'll probably turn my air conditioner off in a second. But so here she is, and she's mad because all of the people that, back a couple months ago teamed up with her, and decided that they were going to pledge their allegiance to Natasha Cooper, when that happened, I straight up said it's money moves. These people are siding with her because it's profitable to do so. And lo and behold, it's profitable to do so. I mean, and I said that back then. I mean, in every live that I did, I said, she knows that people use her for that. She knows this. So I don't know why she expected a different result. I don't know. But she's upset because her subscribers are elsewhere, getting memberships and super chatting when, quote unquote, she can't have memberships. Well, Natasha, the reason you can't have memberships and the reason you're not monetizing is because your AdSense account is what's flagged. It's not because once you monetize, because she says that later on in here. She's like, well, if I monetize, you're going to mass report me. Natasha, what is the difference between, why would people start mass reporting you when you monetize? Like, what's the difference? Like, oh, if people were mass reporting you, they'd already be doing it, right? It wouldn't matter if you monetize. What she's not telling you is that it's because her AdSense is flagged. If she monetizes, her channel will go. That's why she's not doing it. It has nothing to do with mass reporting. That doesn't make a difference. That's not how this shit works. But it's her own fault. And see, what I want to say more than anything to preface this is that, I know Natasha feels right now like things are really bad and she feels like she didn't do anything wrong. And she feels like, it's not fair and that she should have her channels and whatever. Here's the thing, Natasha. Let's go with your narrative and say that what happened to you was unfair. Let's go with your narrative. So I've told this story a couple times. After my spine injury, I got into social media. I ended up having an Instagram account with 129,000. That's not too shabby, right? 129,000 followers. That's not too bad. That's pretty impressive. So I gained that pretty fast. So that took me about 2.5 years to get to. And I got taken down. Okay. I got taken down in the end because of something that was completely unfair. But here's the problem is that I had done something wrong. Had I not done something wrong when these haters came and took me down, they wouldn't have had a chance. They didn't give that inch. So if you had done nothing wrong, nobody would have been able to take you down. So you have to take some responsibility here, Natasha. So what happened with me is that, I had somebody helping me who was using my account to talk to underage girls. And that's not okay. So I called him out on it. I said, hey, you can't do that anymore. And I changed the password. And he got very upset about that. And he went and because it was a whole thing, and there were people that didn't like me, so they started mass reporting, and that's exactly what happened to my Instagram, which is very different than on YouTube, by the way. And my Instagram was taken down, no warning. I woke up one day and it was gone, all gone. And I was very unhappy about that. I thought it was unfair. I thought it shouldn't have happened. But the truth of the matter is that I made a mistake that they could exploit and run with. So if you hadn't made a mistake, Natasha, this wouldn't be happening. So take some fucking responsibility. And anyways, let's move on.
I don't care who that he gets memberships. What I care about is that I can't anymore, and that my channels were taken for no reason, and my income is gone, other than whoever is generous and decides to send PayPal. That PayPal link is the only way I have of getting any income from the lives that I do here. That's it. Unless somebody decides to become a member on Patreon.
So I think she's starting to see that she doesn't quite have the following she thought she did. And here's maybe she still does. I don't know. I mean, I don't think she does, but times are tough. Like, people are struggling, and you've asked for money for months and months and months and months and more and more and more and more. It's, and if you've right now, like, if this is legit and you've stumbled upon tough times, like, it's like the boy who cried wolf. Like, you've been doing these PayPal pals and asking for money for so long. Do you blame people for not believing you or, not having anything to give you anymore? Like, get out of here. I mean, I have a lot to say about all of that in a second, but hopefully you guys can hear me. I hope so. Let's continue. I do have to pause because, I don't know. I wouldn't want to break the rules or anything, got to do fair use. Like I said, I didn't get the pauses out. I'm lazy.
And if you think that I should just get over all this stuff and move on and do this and do that, you weren't here for me to begin with. Yes, douche, I know the fun is the same. I know. Here he goes again. Another text. Here we go.
So before we get into this, I wanted to do a poll. Like, whether, put a 1 in the chat if you think that Natasha Cooper's audience genuinely thinks that D0uche exists. Put a 2 if you think they know better. and just don't care. I don't know, because I don't like calling people stupid, or I'm not going to do that because I don't think they're stupid. I don't know if it's willful ignorance. I don't know, but it's a marketing tool, just like her recliner is a marketing tool. She's using douche canoe to. Everybody knows this. It's not like it's not a theory. It's a fact. Just because it comes from a phone number doesn't mean it's not somebody in your house or you yourself texting you from like one of your. How many phones have you admitted to having now? In fact, I think in one of these clips, you're like, "Go get my other phone, Hannah. Get my other phone." Also the time that you said like the packages are here. I don't know. Like, I'm kind of in a financial bind right now myself, and I'm gonna tell you right now, the first thing I stopped doing was ordering shit on the internet. When you gotta batten down the hatches and kind of budget things, you gotta make some sacrifices like the rest of us. And she's Natasha fucking Cooper, bitch. So it doesn't apply to her. She doesn't. The rules to everybody else does not apply to Natasha Cooper. But let's continue and see what Douche Canoe has to say.
Log has made $6,700 since sucking your ass. Jenny kept count and said it on a live several days ago. If you believe she isn't in on it, you're dumb. Go have a listen, scammy. You read that to your community, so they will feel bad and start donating. Everyone knows how you work.
Yeah. And she knows people are saying this, so this is perfectly crafted dialogue here. It's too perfectly crafted. Like I said, there's long silences. I couldn't be bothered.
Shit from douche, Nikki. My mods have seen them all night.
Doesn't mean shit.
The person who has been texting me just said this, if y'all are going to listen. Log has made $6,700 since sucking your ass. Jenny kept count and said it on a live several days ago. If you believe she isn't in on it, you're dumb. Go have a listen, scummy scammer. You read that to your community, so they will feel bad and start donating. Everyone knows how you work. Well, apparently, I don't work very well because nobody has donated.
See? There it is. There it is. There it is.
Mine is still the same.
So she's noticing that it's slowing down, which is, understandable. And she's trying a couple different techniques here. So she's still trying the Douche Canoe song and dance, which isn't working, because I think people are catching on. So because that's the case, she's trying to cancel, because people are starting to think, they're like, well, maybe she's texting herself this. So she's using some reverse psychology nonsense here. So this is attempt number one, and way number one she's trying to manipulate. Because she's I genuinely do think that she's like, but here's why I don't feel bad. Here's why I don't feel bad. She's been getting so much money over the past year, more and more and more and more and more. And, if you spent it all, and because, clearly, you just went on a vacation, I don't know. It doesn't check out for me. We're all struggling financially. I mean, you've just had fund after fund after fund. Some of us have funds once in a while. I have a fund right now if anybody is interested in donating, so I can go, because I have a plane ticket to Texas on, I think it's the 17th, where that's about all I have. I don't know where I'm staying. I don't know what I'm doing with that, but I'm trying to go see my birth mother, possibly for the last time. And, times are tough. I didn't get to budget for this, and it sucks. And it sucks when I'm getting hate for it. I'm getting called a sad fisher when this is like the one time I'm really asking for anything, and nobody said, her community doesn't say shit about her stuff. Oh no. But that's okay. Send them my way to hate on that. That's fine. I'm the sad fisher. Okay. Whatever you say. So, I mean, she's clearly annoyed that other people have funds. She's very annoyed that other people have funds. Very annoyed. Sometimes people, there's nothing wrong with asking for help. And sometimes you can't always budget for what life sends your way. Like, I've kind of told my story earlier on a community post last night. But I don't know what else to do. It makes me so uncomfortable to ask for help. It makes me so uncomfortable to even ask any of you to donate to something of mine. I hate it. I despise it. And that's why I don't do it to you often. because I'm always one of those people that just wants to be independent and do things myself, but I don't have a choice. I have enough regrets in my life, and if I don't go to see her, I don't. This isn't supposed to be an emotional. That's probably going to trigger later on, but I don't want to have that, So I just want to point out that this is a community that supports this, but goes after anybody else. But whatever, let's continue. I don't want a sad fish. I don't want to do that. La la la. Come on.
You are such a dumbass. You just admitted that you're Can0e's brother. You're probably Can0e, to be honest. And then you send this, everyone knows you made your own fake number, and you text yourself as Can0e, and then you show your mods and lie when you're texting it to yourself.
That's exactly what she's
all,
doing.
I'm not wasting my fucking time making them damn fake numbers to text myself.
Now, I do think that she does these things with these little half-truths, right?
Ash?
So, she'll say that she's not doing this, or that she doesn't have time. Well, she surrounds herself with people that, would do those things for her. So maybe she's not doing it. Maybe she's not the one texting it. But I'm not convinced that it's not somebody very close to her. Let's be honest. But that's exactly what's going on that she just read out. But she's trying to reverse psychology all to think that it's not. I mean, nice try, Natasha, but, no. What does Santa Claus, the Tooth Fairy, and D0uche Can0e have in common? Oh, right. None of them are real. Woo! Okay, let's move on.
He probably has made that much. I know he made at least $2,000 for the guitar fund.
This eats her up. Especially when it's for something like a guitar.
Ain't done nothing. Now he says, I was making fun of you by saying I was his brother because he does not exist. You say that to get donations and you text yourself. Okay, dumbass.
So I'm not sure if I cut it out, but there was some perfectly crafted hate texting. And I think she tried to blame it on Glenn. I don't know.
Thank you.
Oh, thank God. Okay, I was going to say I don't want to listen to that part.
Oh, and here's this douche again that has sent the message. Packages were just delivered.
Oh, packages were delivered? Really?
Here's
really?
their newest.
So if I had just lost my income, right? And actually this happened to me recently. So, you lose your income, right? And you don't have that much disposable money anymore. You want to know the last thing that I'm going to be doing is shopping on the internet, having $5,000 vacations. I don't know what to tell you. You've been given money, so much money, and I don't know where it went, but it's not my fault or your community's fault, especially your community's fault, that you don't have any left. That's not their problem. What you do with your money once they donate it is not their problem. And the fact that people are struggling right now and they don't, I think a lot of people are actually starting to catch on because we're going to get into content later. We're going to get into content, Natasha. And I have some suggestions for you because you do ask at one point if anybody has any suggestions, and I do. I think you should listen to your community, but that's for later on. Let's continue.
Showing the text proves nothing.
It's true.
You may douche up yourself to get donations and to let people know that the girl and I said, okay, so-and-so said that they just dropped you off groceries to your house and that you had enough stuff for 3 weeks. Do you still, is that true?
This is very interesting.
And she said, yes, but it's not, it's old stuff, it's this, it's that, it's the other. And I'm like, that really hit me the wrong way.
I bet it did.
But I had told her, because she said she got a 5-year-old, I had told her that I was going to send the 5-year-old a toy with the groceries. And there were some things that she had said that he liked specifically. So I contacted the woman and
Okay, so basically what she's saying there, okay, let me reiterate it, is that she's saying that somebody asked for groceries and she found out that somebody else had already sent it. So she called the person and said, hey, I don't know who she's talking about, guys. So whoever it is, I have no idea. I missed the first part of that. No idea, but it was not, that wasn't the point of who it was. I don't know who it was. I have no clue. But she had contacted and say, hey, this other woman said that they already sent you groceries, and this woman said that, well, it was all old stuff, and that rubbed her the wrong way. Well, here's the thing, Natasha. Here you are right now in a financial situation that you say you're struggling or whatever. And you sound entitled. So if that sounded entitled to you, a woman saying that they got old stuff or whatever, you should hear yourself now. You really should. Because it's like everybody else should have to, but you should be given money to get new clothing for, yourself, your knives, like you got knives and earrings or some shit somebody bought you. But it's like, other people should have to take, what my point is that, she right now, and I'm not saying that her child shouldn't have new clothing. Please don't get it twisted. But what the point I'm trying to make is that she's saying that other people that need help and are getting charity should only be able to get that. It doesn't matter if it's used or, from somebody else's but she's asking for money for new stuff for her family. That's what I'm trying to say here. Okay. Hopefully you guys get what I'm saying. Let's move on.
So, I want to thank you, those of you who have purchased things off of my Amazon wish list. I got some more stuff today, and I really appreciate it. I am y'all know I love knives, and I love jewelry too, so it was perfect.
So why are you saying nobody's donating to you? I mean, why don't you tell people, excuse me, instead of getting me useless nonsense, why don't you get me, send me some money or whatever? It just doesn't add up. She's not behaving like somebody who, I don't know, maybe she's, I don't know, let's move on. Some of this is some weird faces that she's making. Hold on. She looks really scary. I'm sorry, she does. Just wait for it. Thought we could react to the faces together, but I'm gonna have nightmares about this.
Okay. As gets over there, Chili Bear's there, Bubsy, Leah, Lufa. Wow.
So yeah, we're gonna exert our control. Don't go over to other people's chats, or Natasha's gonna call you out and publicly shame you. In hopes that other people go and are like, what the fuck were you doing over there? Natasha's live and you're not there. I mean, that's exactly what she's doing. I don't know why that's okay. I wouldn't want to be part of a community that does that. Did you see who's over in the other chat? I hate that shit. The most she'll get from me on that is that I'm disappointed. Because sometimes I am disappointed. I will say I do like the gold eyeshadow.
Everybody that sent a PayPal. I appreciate it.
I don't know what's going on with that shirt though. It's quite busy. She can't handle it.
Yeah. I don't need to be white-knighted for random moments with Kelly. I don't need anybody to try to fix things. I don't need anybody to go over there and fucking talk for me. I don't need anybody to go over there and say, I hope y'all work it out. I don't need anybody to go over there and do anything.
See, the thing about it, guys, is that I think she's angry at herself. She knows that, regardless of how it happened was unfair. I don't know, Natasha. I don't believe in cancel culture, and I know how that feels. I've never reported your channel, not even once. I actually don't know anybody who has. So, not really sure what that narrative is you're going with, and maybe people did, but I mean, I don't believe that. But here's the thing: if you were doing nothing wrong, if you truly were just minding your own business and sitting on here and not doing anything, you would have had your channels back by now. Let's be honest, Natasha. Be honest with your community and yourself. Like, if you had done nothing wrong, YouTube would have looked at your content and been like, here you go. And it's been months now. What happened to the conversation that you claimed on Twitter that your attorneys had with YouTube? What happened with that? I thought that they connected directly. I thought you said that. So I don't know what's going on here. I think at first Natasha was trying to convince her audience that everything was fine, that she'd be back. But I think the reality is setting in that, unfortunately, like this might be a long process, or she might not get it at all. I mean, but that's the problem, is that you have to take some responsibility. You don't just lose your channels for no reason. That's not how it works. If you hadn't done something wrong that they could find to you guys know what I'm trying to say. But that's why I don't have sympathy. Like, I understand it sucks, it feels bad, but when you're deflecting and blaming everybody but yourself, I have no sympathy. I didn't know I kept the rest of this. Is this all this clip? Because if it is, I'm going to go to the next one. Oh, this is just her weird faces. Let's look at her weird faces a little.
I know why y'all watch me, because you're all enslaved, and get in your damn cages.
I saw people might want to screenshot this, for thumbnail purposes.
What is it called? Miranda sings again.
I certainly got a lot of good screenshots for thumbnails.
Send me all your money, or I'm going to get the cat of nine tails.
Uh-huh. What the fuck is that?
My pretties. My pretties.
Oh, no. Oh, yikes. That's truly horrifying. Truly horrifying.
Oh my god, D0uche, shut up.
Nobody is talking to you, Natasha. So,
okay, so
the next video,
a fundraiser right now.
I'm sure you
I
are.
want to see how much I can raise in the next 15 minutes.
So that's another marketing tactic, trying to put
yeah.
But anyways, let's go to the better video here. Let's go. No, we're not watching Marilyn Manson stuff. What the fuck? Sorry, guys. How do I go back here? I like that channel though, Legal Bites. She's good. Highly recommend. Okay. So this is the one I'm excited to talk about. I apologize for the silence.
I hate asking to understand.
This is how much
can't.
Zero fucks.
I just can't help like I used to.
Ah, yes. Here's the new one.
Because I don't have it. And now, because of that, I'm
You're what, Natasha? You're what? Go ahead. Say it. Say it so I can comment on it. Come on. Come on, I don't want
I'm struggling a little bit myself.
There we go.
To try to figure out how to do things. And
yep.
If you're coming in here and
y'all are
trying to make negative comments or whatever it is that you're doing, then you're going to get blocked.
Okay. So what she's doing here, guys, and there's more examples of it down the line. Like I said, I did not edit these because I really just couldn't be bothered. I had to just throw them together. So there's going to be some long pauses. There's going to be some material in it that I didn't intend to put on here. But basically what she's trying to do here. So what she's doing is she's saying, hey, I've helped all of these people. And then she'll go into a list. You'll see it. She'll pull at your heartstrings. But now that I don't have an income and I'm not getting donations, I can't help people anymore. Hint, hint, wink, wink, trying to play on those emotions of her audience and saying, if you want me to be able to continue to help people because, they like that. I mean, who doesn't like that? You'd give me money, but I can't do it because nobody's giving me any money. It's very sneaky, and that rubbed me the wrong way. That feels manipulative. That feels fake. That doesn't feel genuine, and that feels like you are just trying to get people to give you money. Sorry. Not sorry. All right, let's continue.
I don't know why that is so difficult. And these people are literally over there in barbs.
Nobody was doing this.
Did y'all see that foundation that she got for herself?
So
that stuff cost $45.
I actually, when I had clicked on hers first, so I had saw that, and I went over to Barb's to see what was. They weren't even talking about anything drama related, like at all. So I don't know where the fuck she's getting her information about that, or she's probably just making it up. But I went over there. They were literally talking about something completely. It had nothing to do with YouTube or drama at all. So no idea where she's getting this info from. I mean, you can go and put the time if she still has this live up. You can go to Barb's and you can timestamp it. There was none of that going on, but okay.
Yeah, well, that might be if you don't use damn coupons, but I do. And I got 40% off my entire order.
Uh-huh. Interesting.
Y'all talk about shit that you don't know anything about. You have no idea how much I pay for things.
Mm-hmm.
You just run with whatever.
Says the woman buying the most ridiculous nonsense.
I am cheap. I don't buy anything full price.
Bingo! Okay, thank you. She's made my point. Natasha doesn't buy anything full price, but she's going to damn well sell it to you on the internet full price. There you go. She doesn't pay full price for any of that makeup that she sells. So let's say that she's not marking it up. Let's give her the benefit of the doubt there. Let's go with the lesser offense. If she's selling it retail, she's paying much less for it. Now I understand that that's how business works, but she's not a business. Like, it's called, it's sleazy. It's sleazy business practices. And I feel like people, like, they need to know. And I mean, maybe that doesn't bother people that Natasha's, not actually giving them a good deal on it. Like, she, is trying to pretend that she is, and she's paying pennies for what you're paying dollars for. I don't know. But I mean, Natasha, I just saw a thumbnail today that said that you have all new makeup in. So, if I'm going to tell you the last thing I've been worrying about that I'm broke is that I don't have makeup. I'm not ordering piles of makeup while I'm asking for money on the internet. So you still have that going for you, don't you? I mean, I'm not understanding this.
Crybaby, what question did you ask? Yeah, I know, Tom. It's insane. Answering it.
I just couldn't.
I don't go get a job for the same reason.
There we go.
That I stopped working 4 years ago.
When you started social media. Right.
And this is my job.
Was.
I have worked my ass off for 4 years to build something that I could earn an income from.
Now, Natasha,
I didn't make any money
okay. I'll
for
let you
3
finish.
years.
I understand that, okay? I understand that more than anybody. Like I said, I woke up one morning and my Instagram with 129,000 followers was gone permanently, and I had no say in it. But it was my own fault, ultimately, because I gave the haters something to run with. If I hadn't done something wrong, they wouldn't have been able to do anything, right? If I had, that's how it works. So I get that, but right now, for you to say that you got fired, you lost your job, people lose their jobs every single day. And you know what? Just because you don't want to do a job, a lot of us have to take jobs that we don't want to do or that we don't enjoy to make ends meet. That's called being an adult. So you can, sit there kicking and screaming and yelling about how life isn't fair, or you can put your big girl pants on and you could go and find something else that you can do in the meantime. Like, you doing this is not going to fix it. In fact, it's really off-putting. It's really off-putting, especially coming from the woman and a lot of you in the community, if I'm honest, who their first thing to say to everybody is tell everybody else to get a job. I can't tell you how many times I've heard pretty much anybody who speaks out against her be told that they need to get a job. And myself included, I've been told I need to get a job. And I've always hated that. I thought that that's unfair. There's a lot of people in this world who would love to be able to work. They would love to be able to do that. And they can't for whatever reason. But here you are choosing to be unemployed right now. You're choosing to be unemployed. So if you're not making money, that is a choice. That is a choice that you are making. You could easily go, and I mean, they have things that you can do online, for work. I work from home. I do freelance and consultant work. So honestly, it's like whatever I accept. So I don't always, I don't have a steady income with that. Absolutely not. No, I don't. And it depends on how much I can handle, and it depends how much, what works around. And honestly, it hasn't been particularly lucrative lately, but that's okay. You know, I get it. And I'm not going to come on here and do what you're doing here. Not going to do it. And you're being really, I think it's offensive. I think it's offensive. I think it's in bad taste. You're not better than anybody else, Natasha. I know you say later in this video that you're Natasha fucking Cooper. Yeah, okay, you are. Well, Natasha fucking Cooper, put on your big girl pants and go get a job and stop complaining on the internet. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. But anyways, let's continue.
While I built my channel and my community.
It sucks, I know. I've been through it, my friend. Or, like, it. I don't know what to tell you. You're not special.
To the point that I am finally making an income and can help support my family.
You mean your gambling habit and your spending addiction?
And people who don't like me on the internet band together to get it taken away.
False. But, like I said, if we want to go with your narrative, Natasha, let's say that is what happened. If you weren't doing anything wrong, you'd have your channels back by now. Boom. That's your fault.
I ain't losing subs, you dumbass. I'm gaining them. You're an idiot. That's why there's 395 people here watching at 12:17 on a Friday on a damn channel that has 1,500 subs.
Interesting. Okay.
Fuck out of here with that bullshit.
That's what she thinks. Then she says later, people that are online in the middle of the day need to get a job. So she's talking to her audience. I mean, I don't know. Can't have it both ways.
So what are you saying, Angie? You're saying that I should get out and get a job?
Yep.
Hang on, y'all. Be right back.
Mm-hmm.
No, friend. I mean, I can do that, but as soon as I do, they're going to mass report me.
So she's talking about monetizing and getting memberships. Like I said before, guys, the reason she's not, there's no magic line there where, you know, she has to get monetized for people to report her. That's not how this works. I think she's hoping people believe that. What's going on here? The truth of the matter is that her AdSense account is flagged. So if she monetizes, that's when her channels will get taken down because YouTube will then be aware. It might take a little bit for their algorithm to pick it up, but that's what's going to raise that flag to get their attention. And she knows this. So that's why she's not monetizing. People could be mass reporting right now for all I know. I mean, I have no idea. I've never reported her. But she doesn't need to get monetized for it to, to count. You know what I mean? But I think that's what she's trying to imply. But the truth is that she can't monetize. That's the real thing. And this is my whole issue with Natasha, is that she's not honest. She's not honest with her community. I understand business. I get that. Trust me. Like, this is what I do. But I also don't believe in being sleazy about it. There's a way to sell without selling out, and Natasha hasn't found that way yet. But let's continue. We're getting into the good stuff.
Oh, and there's another asshat. Why the fuck are you here? Another shit-stirring bitch.
I think she's talking about people on social
Have
media.
you not given up yet? 3 freaking years you have been stalking and harassing me. 3 years.
You mean
talk about
documenting your
desperate and
fuckery?
depraved? That is you, boo-boo. Have to change what I enjoy doing because other people don't like me.
Oh, so you shouldn't have to. All right, guys, she's very entitled. She shouldn't have to change her jobs because she made a mistake. Oh, no, not Natasha Cooper. In the real world, Natasha, when you get fired, that's it. That's it. Sometimes it's not fair. I've been fired for reasons that weren't fair. I've been fired for things I didn't do. I mean, that's just a reality. It happens. But we move on and we don't grift and lie and cheat to whatever this is, but it gets worse.
They're jealous. And they can say they're not jealous all they want to. Thank you to the person who sent a PayPal donation. I appreciate it. The fund is at 3%.
You know what? I'll say it. I don't say, I'm not jealous of you, Natasha, in the ways that you say that people are jealous. But what I think people maybe are jealous of is that you don't have to do anything. You wake up and you get to shop and buy all your makeup and just sit in your chair and get fast food and go on these vacations and do nothing and get paid and then tell everybody else that they're jealous. Yeah. Am I jealous that I have to work tooth and nail to keep my head above water financially? Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I work my ass off and I still am having a hard time getting by. And your audience has the nerve to email me about my own fundraiser when I've literally don't ask for anything. You ask for something every single day, Natasha. Like, what makes my fundraiser like, something that's supposed to be joking about? And go whoever is joking about that, they can go fuck themselves. I'm trying to raise money to go see my mother who is dying before she dies. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, the person emailing, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's Lufa, but who knows? Not gonna go to. I'm not gonna, say that. That's like the new word of saying Mrs. P. It's like Beetlejuice. You say it 3 times, and all of a sudden you have like 80 videos done about you. I mean, I am all set with that. I'm all set. Like, I've had an emotional roller coaster of a week this week, and I almost stopped doing YouTube. Honestly, I almost was like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. But you know what? Fuck that. Right? It doesn't matter because you can do whatever you want. You can continue to harass me. You can harass my family. I mean, keep it up. See what happens. But okay, we're the bad guys. We're the ones who go real life, right? Tell me where I've gone real life. I'm sorry. What did you say? Somebody accused me this week of contacting their family, and I was like, excuse me, could you please tell me an instance? Like, I would like to know when I contacted somebody's family. Please, I want to see the receipts. And I have a whole video about Dorothy that we'll be doing too, where I have my receipts. I found every single receipt that I need to prove everything that I want to say and prove, and then that's going to be a wrap. And she can either admit that she lied, or she can keep on with her bullshit. But it's going to be right there in her own words, whether it be via comments. You'll see. It's going to be a whole extravaganza. But anyways, let's continue, guys. Sorry, it pisses me off, and I'd be lying if I said it didn't piss me off. I would. I'd be lying if I said I didn't. But I think what people get angry about is the fact that this woman is so fucking entitled that nobody else should be getting any money, like when people have legitimate fundraisers. But that's not okay. She gets bent out of shape about that because she's not getting money for no reason, for nothing at all. But now she's starting to bring on reasons. Like, the sad fishing is evolving. And she's switching her formula up a little bit. But let's find out.
And you say something that they agree with, they hit the button and they send super chats and memberships.
The fact that she's saying so much is very interesting to me.
I know that I haven't been doing a lot on Patreon other than keeping in touch with people.
Yes.
But I've lost, I'm not going to say we, because I got chastised for that.
Oh, this is beautiful. Okay.
I've lost 30 members on Patreon, and I've lost 23, I do believe, from the membership option on the website. And it's not the same as it is when you have memberships on YouTube. People actually feel like they're part of something because their name is a different color.
So here's my first bit of marketing advice for you, Natasha, okay? Here it is. You ready? So the reason people are leaving, right, has nothing to do with the haters or anything like that. What it is, Natasha, is that times are tough. People are having to kind of reel in their budgets a little bit, and you're not offering content that they want. You are expecting people to hand you money for nothing. They joined your Patreon so they could have access to content, and you are not giving them access to anything. So yeah, they're gonna cancel it. You don't get to just say, excuse me, give me money for no reason. I mean, I know you're used to that, but that's what's happening. That's what's happening. Now, if I were you, instead of sitting on here sad fishing, what I would do is I would send out a survey. I would say, hey, guys, you can actually set this up on your Patreon to do this. So if somebody leaves, you can have it say this and you can get the feedback. And it'll say why they left. I would kind of ask your audience, like, what's going on? Like, what can I do to make you stay? And start offering it. Don't just expect people to hand you money for no reason. That's silly. That's not how the real world works. You have to be offering content, and your content has been shit lately. And I have some interesting things to say about that. And the reason that you had so many viewers and people coming in and people gave you feedback that they enjoyed the past couple lives that you've done is because you've been doing drama. And I don't have a problem with you doing drama. Like, my issue is not with people doing drama. There is a way to do drama without crossing lines, without hurting people in like the ways that it gets done sometimes. And that's the content your people want. Your people don't want you sitting, gloating, bragging, and asking for money and telling people where your fund is at, where in between humming and, weird singing and dead silence. That's not content. And you're starting to see the repercussions of that. And that's what you've been doing for a very long time, my friend. And I think that you've gotten very comfortable with that. And people giving you money to do that. But people don't want that anymore. They don't have the extra money to waste on something like that. Give your people what they want. Find out what they want. Do some market research. And, put some effort into it. Figure out what your target market expects from you as a brand, because you say you're a brand, right? Figure that out, and then design your content and a plan around that. Okay? That's my suggestion to you. You won't do it because you don't feel like you should have to do anything at all. But, for what it's worth, there you go.
So they get instant gratification when they become a member through YouTube.
I know she understands this stuff.
They're a member. But the way that I'm having to do memberships, it doesn't give them any kind of recognition.
No. Nope. That's not the recognition they care about. You're not giving them any sort of fucking content, Natasha. These people don't want to just give you money for nothing. To sit and hear you talk about how nobody's giving you. It's not content. That's not content. People don't like it. It's boring as fuck. You want to call me boring? You should listen to yourself sometime. It's insufferable. It's almost impossible. And that's why your people really enjoyed your last couple lives, because it wasn't that. And you didn't push a PayPal every 5 seconds. And you said that, well, see, I only got one donation. So if I don't say it all the time, people aren't going to donate. That's fair. But that's what your mods, what was your excuse before? You were getting plenty of donations before. And now you're saying that the only way you get an income is if you do PayPal pools, but you've been doing PayPal pools for the past year. So what was the reason then? It's greed. It's straight up greed.
Exactly, Sasha. If somebody wants to say something and they want to highlight it to make sure it's seen, they'll super chat it. But I can't do that.
Uh-huh. I'm just shaking my head. I wish you guys could see me.
Talk to me that way to my face, I'd knock you the fuck out.
Is that a threat, Natasha? Oh, she's trying to go
You
all...
obviously wasn't raised right.
Uh-huh. Actually, Natasha, she's about to go on and say that, if people saw her in real life, they wouldn't say anything. Here's the thing, Natasha, I wasn't raised to use violence or, my fist as a way to, conflict resolution. So, yeah, I probably wouldn't come at you and step to you or whatever the fuck that weirdo in your chat was saying. I forget what they said, step to whatever. No, I probably wouldn't do that because that's not my style. I don't go at people like that. I use my brain, and I'm not gonna. That's just no. But she has quite a bit to say, and she's very aggressive about it. I don't know. I mean, I haven't heard anybody speak like that to her. Now, to be fair, there were people in her chat calling her out, and a lot of it, some of the names I've seen in her chat before. So, these were community members too. This wasn't like trolls. There were people legitimately asking, calling her out for her bullshit with this about the job thing and all of it. And she hated it. She couldn't stand it. I haven't, yeah. And it wasn't just people like trolls. It was actual, people that I've seen in her community calling her out. And I love it because that's what needs to happen. This woman's not going to change. And if she doesn't change, she's not going to be able to move on and, get her shit together if she just continues like this. But that's going to be her choice ultimately, right?
I can tell you, I know a few rednecks that can teach you a lesson or two.
Is that a threat?
I know one in particular that would knock every one of you the fuck out.
Oh. Interesting. I don't have to threaten violence.
Prancing around on YouTube, making damn community posts and going panel to panel talking shit about women.
You mean, well, I'm going to be quiet about that.
You say that to a man. A real man. Not some douche canoe that lives most of their life on the damn internet involving themselves in women's drama. I don't know one man in my real life who even gets on social media. They wouldn't be caught dead participating in the bullshit that goes on here.
I'm not gonna lie, I do kind of agree with her here. I don't know any men who would, get involved in this in my personal life either. they kind of just laugh at me and shake their head at me and say, why do you get involved with that? Why do you care? It's not really something they understand. I get that. I feel that. I've often wondered why some people are here involving themselves in things that I have no idea why they'd be interested in. But that's the point. Let's move on. Come on.
So I made $4 at 80% an hour when you break it down.
Uh-huh. To do what? What is your job?
Everybody keeps saying it. Last night's live was so good. The live the night before was so good. But I did it for a reason.
The ums are interesting.
And I don't even know. I don't know how better to explain it to people. You know, everybody says that the last 2 nights they enjoyed more than they have in a long time.
Yep.
But the night before, I don't know what to say. Well, I don't know. I don't think so.
People are trying to
But I
tell
think
you
it's
they want
my friends,
content.
I have to justify saying online, and it's kind of hard to be hunky-dory and feel happy when you're literally.
So there she goes again. She's going to try with that. She was going to try with what she tried this one before. And when she said it's not, she doesn't want to spend time online. It's not worth being online, I think is what she said there. But basically she's implying, because she knows that there are people in her community that depend on her community, that whole rhetoric there. And now this is basically a soft threat to not be on here anymore if people don't start donating money. So these lives have just been full of these different tactics that she's taking to try to seeing what sticks, what gets her money. I couldn't in good conscience behave like that personally, but here we are. And the ums are interesting. I do that a lot because my brain is going a mile a minute and I'm trying to find the best way to say things sometimes. But the fact that it's happening to her makes me wonder about certain things, for sure. But I realize I haven't said this yet so far. If you have not liked this video, could you please take a moment to go and like this video real quick? It is a really easy way to help me out and get me in the algorithm that sucks sometimes. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, you want to hit that subscribe button right now. I'm not sure why you haven't done it yet, but here we are. So I would love to have you. But anyways, let's continue. I always forget to do the right things at the right times that I'm supposed to do, and that's probably why I run into problems. But that's okay. All right.
Did this for 3 years without making any money. 3 years I built my channel.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't make anything. I built and I built and I built. Do you think that any of these people who have channels right now would have spent 3 years building a channel and community without making any money?
Yeah, I did.
Nicola, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people have canceled. I mean, just in the last 2 days, 11 people have canceled the website memberships, and there's been 30, I guess, that have canceled on Patreon.
So she's losing her that website. Here's the thing, Natasha. Your website didn't even offer any perks. It just said, give me your credit card information. That's literally all it said. It doesn't say, hey, you do this, you sign up for this monthly charge and you get X, Y, or Z. It had none of that. None of that. So where I would start is I would start listing what people get from that. And then they can hold you accountable for it and then decide whether they want to continue or not. I haven't looked at your Patreon, so I don't know if you list perks. Now, I suck at this too. I'm getting better at it, but I do need to get better at it. But I'm new at the YouTube thing. So people, I'm a work in progress. You've been here a while, but you can't just, I know in the past it's worked for you where people, you don't need to do content, but you really haven't been doing any content for a very long time. And people are bored and they want to support people that entertain them. This is entertainment. So I really don't blame them. That's your own fault. And you can fix that. You can do a poll or ask your community and say, hey, you can even make a survey. There's a thing called SurveyMonkey. Very easy to make, very easy to do. If you have people's emails, which I know you do, send it out, see what you get. I've done it a few times to see what people want. All right. Because if you don't know what your audience wants, then this is just going to continue happening, especially if you continue with the whatever that shit you've been doing with the, dead silence, with humming and telling people where the fund is at, and then interjecting with something about D0uche once in a while. That's not going to cut it anymore. People don't really want to hear it. So let's go on.
Yes, very nice. Because I get a lot of motivation right now on this channel.
No, yeah, you could.
Every one of those people who just wait for me to do it and then report me, they're monetizing, they're getting paid.
So that's what I don't understand. I'll say it again. She's saying that because, she can monetize. That's fine. Yep, Natasha, you're damn right. You could monetize right now. But what that'll do is your AdSense account is flagged. So that will just bring attention to your channel for YouTube to take it down. People, it doesn't matter. Why would people just start mass reporting when you monetize? Why wouldn't it be happening now? I don't understand. That logic doesn't make any sense. Like, use your brains, people.
Mr. Sunshine, I don't care if you can. We have a lot of people who don't say much of anything. Well, I'm not saying that everybody has canceled, but a lot of people have. I am venting, brainstorming, and telling you how I'm feeling and why I did the things that I did, why I didn't mention it last night, because I wanted proof points. Out of sight, out of mind. And everybody talks about how much they enjoyed last night and that it was a good live and everything, but you have to try to make every goddamn body else as miserable as you are. I ain't fucking miserable.
You sound miserable. Jeez.
Come in my damn house talking shit to me and telling me to go get a job when this is my fucking job. You
Was.
get punched right in the fucking face. Well, no shit.
No,
Sure
more.
shit. I don't put up with that mess in my real life, but I sure as shit ain't gonna take it from somebody on the damn internet who hasn't got the balls to use their own damn name and say the shit. Because I am who I am every damn day. I am Natasha fucking Cooper. I don't hide who I am. All of you say it's for anonymity, so that you don't get this, you don't get that. No, what it is because you all a bunch of pussies who sit beside behind your damn keyboard and run your freaking fingertips about people. And you know that if you did it as your real name, people that know you might find out and see who you really are and what you really do. That's the fucking truth.
See, the problem, Natasha, is that people find that out anyways, I don't really know what direction, the call that I just got recently, my dad specifically. But yeah, that's why people don't want to use their real name. I mean, it was your choice to use your real name. The reason I don't use my real name is because I don't want weirdos from the internet harassing my family. But here we are. So I really don't think it matters. I think it's that you're supposed to, I encourage anonymity. I don't encourage people to put their full names out on here. I mean, I made that mistake. Like, that was my fault for, my dad. That's what he's upset about. It's not about what I'm saying on the internet. You can play him whatever clips you want. I know you did. And I know what clips you played. And I know that I know. I talked to him about it. We had a very long conversation. But I explained everything. And I think what he's most mad about was at me for not taking down the videos that, if I was going to get involved in stuff where people might get angry or misinterpret things or just be completely psychotic and decide that I did things that I didn't do, that I didn't take the precaution to get rid of any identifying, and the people who know, and the people who don't know, they don't need to. But it's my fault. It's my fault. I don't have the same last name as my dad, so there's that, but not entirely. But yeah, anyways, let's continue.
Assholes ain't got nothing to hide. Cold shoulder shirt, you keep thinking I can't get out of this fucking recliner. I'd knock you the fuck out.
So much violence.
Y'all all so damn stupid about this damn recliner, saying I can't get out of it. I guarantee fucking take you. I can get out of this recliner. I am exactly who I am all damn day of the week.
I mean, to be fair, I can tell that, like, this is bothering her. But I just think it's entitlement. I do think that she's starting to
That's exactly damn right.
quit the
I
bullshit.
ain't losing subs, you dumb
We
ass.
already
I'm
played
gaining
this.
them.
I already played this.
You're an idiot. That's why there's 395 people here watching at 12:17 on a Friday on a damn channel that has 1,500 subs. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Come on. But I do think it's starting to settle in that, like, she
No,
she
they love
fucked
to say
up.
that shit because, it perpetuates their nonsense that I can't move. You keep thinking I can't move.
Nobody actually thinks that, Natasha. Nobody actually thinks that. People know you can get out of a recliner here and there. I mean, you gave us a grand tour of your hotel room, right? I remember that. It was like, MTV Cribs. My name's Natasha fucking Cooper, y'all, and this is my crib. And she was like, and then she passed through the mirror and like, I don't think she realized her phone was pointed at it. That was gold. I think I still have the screenshot from that. That was interesting. But yeah, she gave us a whole tour of it. So we know you can walk, Natasha. Nobody's debating that. Come on. Got 3 minutes left. Come on. I'm getting Nancy.
Well, I'm sorry for her sister-in-law or her sister that she had to get a job.
Oh, yeah.
This is my job.
Was.
Here we go. Come out. This, and this. Well, I've made $300 since Thursday. And I have gotten messages and emails from over a dozen people asking me for financial help. I just can't do it. I just can't do it like I used to. I sat down this morning and I added up how much. And this, I hope you understand that I'm not trying to toot my own horn. That's not why I'm saying this.
No, that's not why you're saying it.
Because I feel bad that I can't. But I sat down this morning and I added up how much that I gave out last month to our community and a couple people that are here local. And I was blown. I mean, seriously, I was like, oh my God. I gave away almost $5,000 in July.
So here's what she's doing. She's doing this, and I think the ums are because these are a new manipulation that hasn't rehearsed enough yet for it to come out comfortably. But what she's doing is she's basically saying, and she'll say it again later, is I can't help anybody because I'm not making any money. So if you're not donating, then I can't help others. Do you guys see what I'm saying here? I think you guys see what I'm saying here, but that's what she's doing here. She's not doing this because the only reason she's saying this, the only reason is because she wants people to think that because of them and because they aren't donating, somebody isn't going to have their electricity turned on or whatever. It's manipulation. Get the fuck out of here. Like, that's great if you did help people.
But, I'm not saying this for people to tell me, oh, you're such a good, I'm not. I'm saying this.
You want to fill up my PayPal fund? I mean, if you're such a great person with this, I mean, by all means, show me how great you are. Lord knows I could use it, but I'm not gonna. Whatever. I have so much to say about that, but I'm gonna be quiet about it because it's not the time or place for me to say that yet. But that's what she's doing. She's basically putting it on her community, making her community feel guilty that because of them not donating, she can't help people in need.
I want everyone to understand that I just can't help like I used to. Because I don't have it. I don't have, I can't pay my light bill. I can't pay this. I can't pay that. And then somebody said to me this morning, well, you have to think about, you spend hours online every day. And you are, in some ways, providing a service to people. And, I guess, but I've never saw it that way.
Yes, you have, because you've said this before. I remember you said that same exact thing. I believe it was in October, because I remember that live, and you said you had a conversation with somebody that morning who had told you that you are providing a service. In fact, I think I've heard you use that same thing many times. So you have thought of it like that before. And yes, technically that's correct. I mean, if people want to see it that way. But basically, when you're putting it out there, you're letting the consumer dictate your market worth. And I think you're overestimating your market worth. Unfortunately, actually, you know what? I have used that analogy before about everything being, well, whatever. Okay, let's continue.
And they're all out here, and they've got this, this for that.
Talking about fundraisers.
That, this fund, and that fund. And nobody says a damn word, but I have a fund or talk about some type of financial difficulty that I'm having, and the world ends. The world ends.
It's every day.
Nobody ever tells them to get jobs, Jilly Bear. Do you see anybody over there telling MRB to get a job?
Do you know how many times I've seen trolls in Granny's Watching's chat tell her to get a job? Do you know how many comments I've seen on Granny's Watching's videos telling her to get a job? Do you know how many times I've gotten told to get a job? Much less than Granny's Watching, but still several times. I'm sure any other creator in here probably has been told the same thing. So don't fucking tell me that nobody says get a job to anybody but you. That's not gonna fly. I have seen it with my own eyes. Shut up.
And she's crying about her loss of income?
It's always, what about me?
No, it's just me. Why does everybody tell me that shit? Aaron, see, this is what kills me about everybody who comes in not being rude. You don't think it's fucking rude to come in and tell somebody to get a job?
It's very fucking
this
rude.
Was my job.
There we go. Bingo. Got it.
About that.
At least she was correct there. At least we're having some acceptance.
And you come in here not being rude. Well, you sure as fuck are rude.
So I think that's about it. So hold on. Those are tonight's videos. Hold on. Let me see. Okay. I'm back. Okay. Good. I hope everybody was good in the chat. Because my phone is completely across the room, and if Michelle needed help, I am so sorry. I was not looking at it. But yeah, that's what I'm saying, guys, is that, that the problem, the difference between her and everybody else is that other people aren't on here begging for money. Like, not at all. Like, they might post a fund or maybe mention it once in a while. But I really very rarely hear people asking for money directly. But I don't watch everybody, so who knows? Who knows? Maybe there are people that do it, but the people that I watch Granny's Watching. I mean, I watch Country Joe. I watch, I'm drawing a blank. Those are the two main ones I think of. Oh God, I know there are others. Kim and Crafton, of course. Duh. I'm stupid. I'm like literally looking at your name and thinking. And I don't hear them asking for money at all. They're not like, in fact, I mean, I think me saying anything about my fund is more than I've heard anybody else say in a really long time. That hasn't been like, joking around because people are saying something about it. It's not like that. But right. And I don't get it. I don't get it, guys. I don't get it. I just think she's become, yes, Tilly May, bingo. She's become too comfortable getting something for nothing. And that's exactly what this is. I think the term is affluenza. I think it's technically that's for, kids who get spoiled, who think everything should be handled to them. But I think that this past year, ever since the Petito case, and she's gotten this influx of people, and she separated her recline channel, so she's doing the whole omni-channel approach thing. So she's gotten this money thrown at her left and right. She got the $20K. She got all that money for the Christmas stuff. She was spending it on Amazon stuff after piles of stuff. And I don't think she thought that was going to end, but she continued with her bad behavior. And she gave people that inch that they needed to, say something. I don't know what happened. It's her own doing. Regardless of how it happened, it's her own doing that she's like not able to be on here. Like, I mean, she's still here. Let's be honest. But it's not anybody else's fault. She had to have done something wrong for YouTube to say no and be taking this long to get her chance. Like, it does. Yeah, that's just reality. So, like, what happened with the 20,000? What happened with you just had a fucking $5,000 vacation. You know how long it's been since I've been on vacation, Natasha? Really long time. I actually couldn't even tell you the last time I went vacation. The only time I'm gonna have like gone, and the next vacation I have is I'm going to Texas on the 17th. And if I have to put everything on a credit card, I will. I just dug my credit out of the hole from a really abusive relationship. And I just got it to something that it needs to be. But I'll make it happen because that's what we do as people. We adapt and we make it happen. We don't just expect people to foot our bill. It's great if they help. And we appreciate, at least I appreciate it more than people will ever know. But you don't even appreciate anything. You just sound entitled, asking for more, saying it's not good enough. Like I've said this 1,000 times, if I had every subscriber of mine donate $1, I would make my goal and then some. I appreciate anything anybody throws my way. I'm not ungracious. A lot of us are on here, we don't expect to make money doing it, but it's great that we do, or if we do. But when you come on here with this attitude of it should just be handed to you, that's a problem. And I actually don't hear any other creator, like, I don't like Dorothy, but I don't hear Dorothy doing what you do, Natasha. I don't hear any of them doing what you're doing at all. And not even close. Not even close. And I know that your deflection for that is that everybody is just jealous. Everybody is just jealous. Well, be grateful that you have a community that supports you at all. Honestly, a lot of people don't have anybody. I'm fortunate enough to have, I love this community. There are some great people in this community, but like in my own life, I have a support system, that will help me emotionally and stuff, whether, if I needed it. But I understand you have to swallow your pride to ask for help too. I am the last person that likes to ask for help. And actually, Loki's mom, I'm glad you say that, because I love my animals. And I think that's my biggest concern is my concern is I have nowhere to put my dogs when I'm gone. So I'm leaving on the 17th and I'm going to be gone for a week and I have no idea what I'm doing with my dogs, and boarding them is really expensive. So if anything at all, any money that I receive on my fund, I'm going to use probably for that. I'm going to have to. But yeah. Oh, there are good people in this community. That is for damn sure. Yeah, I'm not, there are some people that have had disagreements with or have broken off from Natasha that I don't care for. I don't know if they're going to try to come into this community. I don't know. I do my own thing, and I think that's pretty clear. Is that, I know people have noticed that I'm not talking about the other stuff that people are talking about, like the lichen stuff and whatever. I don't want to be another channel that talks about that, because I've been very vocal about how I feel about things, and I'll be in chats and I'll say exactly how I feel or whatever. And if I feel that I need to come on here, but I feel like a lot of people have been covering that and talking about it, and I've written a community post. I think people know how I feel, but I know people have asked me, and I meant to say that at the beginning. But I'm doing my own thing. This is what I'm doing. I don't want to go over the all of that stuff. I'll do that in the people's chats, and people know exactly what I think. People know that. But I did have any people ask me about that. They're like, why haven't you said anything? I'm like, well, first of all, because I've been dealing with the fact that my real life is being violated and, encroached on by weirdos on the internet who think that it's okay to invade people's personal lives. They have no problem doing it. And then I came to the conclusion that I'm just going to do it anyway. I'm not uncomfortable with what I'm doing on here, okay? And anything you could have done, it's out of the window now. Now there's nothing else people could do. You can play, like I said. I don't want to talk about that again, but that's how it is. And I'm perfectly happy being on here. And I don't know who's been doing that stuff, but I'm going to tell you right now, I have my suspicions. Have not checked my email. I'm sure if I did, I would have at least 5 or 6 more emails from Dorothy's mod, Ariana, who writes me these oddly long messages telling me what a loser I am. I have her, and then I have Granny Hates Emma. Let's guess who that is. And wink, wink. I wonder who Emma's crackhead mom is. I have no idea. I wonder who it is. Imagine spending the time making those emails. Imagine spending the time creating a Gmail account under those names. Imagine having no life and doing that. It's so sad. But, they like to, one-liners. I mean, I've been called everything under the sun at this point. There's really nothing. I mean, what pissed me off is them mentioning my sick mother and then saying I'm sad fishing about it. Like, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Especially when you support the people you do. You want to say that to me. I don't care. I mean, whatever. I do care. I do care because that's not what I'm doing here. But these people are insane. Insane. What are her lawyers doing, Blue October? That's true. What are her lawyers doing? I thought her lawyers were helping her try to get her channel back. Where is the 20K? This is a perfect example of where her community should be calling her out and asking her these questions, because it is becoming very clear that money is not here anymore. It is no longer there, because you can tell that this is getting to her. I think that what we're seeing here is actually legit. I really do. I think it does bother her that she's not bringing in the cash that she used to, and it's for entitled, selfish reasons. But I do think it's bothering her, and I think it's very, very true. I don't think she's making it up that she's not getting as much money. And I think she spent it all. Honestly, I think she spent it all. But here's the thing, Natasha. I wouldn't be going on vacation if I needed the money that badly. I would find, there are other things to do in life that are fulfilling that don't involve spending money on a big vacation. That's just how I was raised, too, actually. Was that, you don't have to have money to find meaning in life. You don't have to use money and spend a lot to have a fulfilling life. I think you should, Voices. I think you should. I do have a fundraiser, Kim. I think Michelle's been dropping it. I've posted a few times, but I'm so like I genuinely don't like doing it. I'm embarrassed and I feel bad, and I know that that's a problem, and it's something I work on. But I don't push it the way other like Natasha would or anything. I don't post it over and over again. I feel awful even doing it at all. I hate it. But this wasn't something I planned. I literally, my brother contacted me and said, hey, this is my biological mom. My adopted mom lives around here, but my biological mom and I have had a relationship for my entire life. And I guess, she didn't want to be honest with me about how bad things were. Like I knew she was sick, but I didn't know the extent of it. And my brother contacted me and was like, hey, you might want to get out here. And that's what I did. That's what I'm doing. So I bought a ticket, and I don't know. We'll figure the rest out from there. But I don't want to have any regrets, in my life. I have enough. But that's. I don't know, Loki's mom. I'm trying to think. Without PayPal or Cash App. I'm not sure. I mean, maybe. I don't do this, so I don't know. I literally actually had to create a Cash App for when I started my YouTube. I never had it before. I don't know if you can. I think you can do super thanks on videos after the fact, but I know YouTube takes a percentage. But I mean, that's still I don't expect anything from anybody. You guys are all so supportive, and I feel terrible. I don't want to ask for anything, but and those of you who care, it really I don't know. I have no words. I don't know what to say. I'm used to doing things on my own by choice because I don't like being a burden on people. But sometimes you have to ask for help. And I thought to myself, if this community is really great, and if people wanted to, I'll put that there. But no pressure to anybody at all. I just appreciate y'all being here. Right. Natasha used to be really funny. I agree with you. So done with it. I agree. And that's the problem. And her subs, I think, are seeing it. Check my texts. Hold on. I have to get up off of my bed to do that. Hold on 1 second. What is that? Hopefully it's not going to do that. Wait, check my texts. Michelle, did you text me? Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to. Hold on. Oh, somebody sent me a Cash App. Oh, thank you so much. I always don't say names because I don't know if people want to publicly be known about things. Because I know there have been times that I've donated to things that I don't like it when they read my name out, just because I don't know why. I don't like hearing my name sometimes. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, thank you very, very much. I really appreciate any support, all support. Honestly, it means a lot to me. It really does. And yeah. I'm going to start rambling and babbling all on about it because I really don't even know how to express my gratitude. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. And I feel bad because I know everybody's going through their stuff, and I know everybody's struggling, and I know a lot of us are in situations where we're trying to keep our head above water, and why should my situation mean anything different? You know what I mean? That's just how I was raised. So I appreciate it, guys. You guys are amazing and fabulous people. Fabulous people. Oh, okay. Now I see a text here. Why is this not? It never. Okay, hold on, guys. I'm gonna try to find it. I don't know why it does this. Is this normal for PayPal to do this? I have to constantly find a link to this, and half the time it doesn't let me copy it, and then it says it's not found when I didn't delete it. It is in a community post somewhere. If you scroll down, it might even be in the comments of one of them. But hold on, let me see if I can sign in here. If I can't figure it out, I'll post it later on. But I know that's come on. Come on. My phone is so slow. It's probably because all the videos and screen recordings I have on here. I probably should not do it on here. Let's see. Wait. Okay. I mean, I'm really grateful. I mean, I've already raised. Not sure how much this would be, but a lot more than I ever expected. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm really boring right now. I'm trying to find this though. PayPal is being awful. Holy crap. What the hell? Michelle, I don't know what to tell you because I can't find it. Did somebody find it? I think somebody found it. I think I just saw Kim. Did I see your name? I think I did. Oh, you guys are amazing. Thank you guys. I don't know how to. Michelle, I'm going to send it to you in case maybe this is here. Here. Here you go, Michelle. Okay, I sent it to you, Michelle. I'm sorry. Hi, Paige. I'm like, I get so confused by. I don't. Yeah, Loki's mom. I genuinely didn't. I have PayPal, but to pay other people. And if you saw my Venmo, I've gotten like a couple of things, but most of I use Venmo mostly to pay like creators and stuff like that when I have some extra money in myself. But yeah, I never used Cash App before until I was here. But what I was saying before is that before I got derailed for a good reason was that Natasha did. She used to be funny. She used to have content. I mean, honestly, her content was talking about other people, but at least it was content. I mean, that's my content is talking about other people too. So I'm not content shaming. But lately she's just kind of gotten to a point where she just expects people to just fill these funds up every night after night on top of her website and her Patreon, and nothing is ever good enough, and it's never enough. And it just I think it's to a point where it wasn't sustainable. And now we're seeing the results of that. And now that, it's not that she can't monetize, it's that well, no, it really isn't. It's not that she can't monetize, it's that if she does, YouTube's it's gonna draw attention to her. That's just a fact. And that's the reason, because I don't know why it would matter if it was you know what I mean, guys? I don't know why it would matter, why people would have to wait till it was monetized to have to report it. I mean, I don't get it. It's a whole, it's complicated. And yeah, guys, I appreciate everything, guys. I am gonna say thank you to everybody, like as personally as I can, because I am just overwhelmed right now, because you guys are amazing, and I don't want to come on here and cry. I don't. But thank you guys so very much. I don't even know what to say. But I am gonna bring you guys with me, so like you'll see that I'm not over here, doing what Natasha does and buying a bunch of makeup with it. Yes, that is a picture of me. Yep. That picture is of me when I was little. It sure is, Kim. With my bowl cut. But yeah, I mean that's one of my favorite pictures with her. So, but yeah, I'm going on the 17th, and then I'll be back. I'm staying for a week, Wednesday to a Wednesday. So yeah, there are creators with right. Creators with 1 million followers, and no one is jealous of that scammer. Exactly. And it's not about being mad about the money. Like if she was doing something like, that other people couldn't do, like if I was jealous of the fact that she had content or whatever. And I know she says I'm boring, but I know that because she says I'm boring probably means I'm not boring, if that makes sense. And I can be boring. I totally can be boring. That is totally something that I can be, and it depends like where my brain's at, if I'm tired, if I have my caffeine or not, whatever. But I think that she wouldn't have said that otherwise. And she is, I'm not jealous of her. I'm jealous of the fact that she can, she's coming on here and she's been so entitled about that. That's all. I think a lot of people are. A lot of people wish that we could just sit in a chair and do nothing and have money handed to us. That's it. Like, not provide content. And I think she's getting that feedback that her subs are saying, you're not providing content. So why should we give you money for memberships if you're, one, not going live very much? When you do go live, it's to sell makeup or talk about how you're not getting money, or, complete silence. That's it, right? I mean, that's how I see it. And I actually, when I started making videos about Natasha, I actually didn't hate watching her, going through her stuff all the time. A lot of it made me angry. But I didn't hate it. It wasn't like the worst thing in the world. But now it's like I don't even bother recording her stuff because it's the same thing as the last and the last and the last and the last. And I think the only people came out because they wanted the drama, and the last drama that she did was about Carolyn. But I mean, I didn't watch it because I have no. I'm not even with that. That I don't know what went on. I don't know what I heard something about private investigators. I don't know what's going on with that. I have no effing clue. Yeah, I do know. Yeah, I have no idea. I didn't stick around because honestly, I don't even understand why Natasha is such an issue, because like, it's not even, I mean, it's kind of some overlap from the same community. Like there are definitely ramblers here, but their genre, like Carolyn does something completely different. So I really don't know why there's anything going on. Like, I don't know how that started or why that started or why it's continued. I just don't understand why Natasha can't just let them craft. And, you know, if that's your jam and you want to go craft and listen about true crime, I mean, go for it. You know, I mean, it's never been a channel I watched, but I don't see why Natasha is so upset about it, honestly. But maybe I just don't yeah, but that's the only reason people came out, is because they wanted to hear her talk about other people. And I honestly, I don't have a problem with it if she does it respectfully. You know what I mean? Like I do, or like, you know, anybody else in this community does, that isn't like going real life, you know, like, you know, the rest of us in this community don't go real life. So if she could just knock it off with that and not take it to ways that are abusive and low, then fine. And admit when she's wrong. I think what her community would appreciate is her just being honest. There's nothing wrong with that. I think her community would be understanding and would probably, she'd have a better response if she was just to say, hey guys, yeah, you know, this is what's going on. I'm in this situation. I fucked up. This is what I could have done differently, but I chose otherwise. And now I'm here. And the point is that now I'm in this financial situation. And regardless of how I got here, I'm asking for help. Just be honest. Just be honest. You know, that's all I ask of people. You know, even people like, you know, that's all I ask of people. If you're honest with me, I'm more than happy to, you know, and you take accountability and stuff. I'm not gonna have a problem with that. I respect that, but she can't do that. She's pointing the blame at everybody else. Everybody else. It's everybody else's fault. Not Natasha Cooper's fault that she made a misstep and people that don't like her, you know, I don't know, said something about it, which is their right to do. I mean, it's not illegal to do that, by the way. Like, if people reported her, that's their right to do. It's not against the rules. People get reported all the time. You guys really think that, like, you know, Granny's watching Kim and Crafty, you really don't think that people flag their channels constantly? Because I guarantee you that it happens every single day. And they're still here because they didn't, you know, give that leeway. You know, it's that one mistake that you make that's going to come and bite you in the ass. And that's what happened to me. I pointed blame the whole time. I said I got taken down. I said that I said that over and over again. But the reality is that if I hadn't done what I did, Instagram wouldn't have even listened to their flagging. The fact is that I had something that they could flag. And they did. And it was something that they have zero tolerance about. And it's a story that I was stupid to even fall into that. And I was very angry about it. 129,000 followers is no small feat there. Like, I worked really hard on it. So, and I had that all taken. I literally woke up one day and it was gone. And, you know, good luck getting in touch with Instagram. Good luck finding a person, because I tried to protest it and they're like, please send us a picture of your license. And I'm like, I did. And I wrote this thing and I'm like, oh my God, you literally have to know somebody here to get in touch with them. But the problem is that you have a lawyer. So if you supposedly have a lawyer, Natasha, then, and you said in that Twitter, actually, I know that Kim and Crafton have the screenshot because I believe that where I got the full one from was from them, or they had posted it or something. I saw the original Twitter thread for myself, but I think after they called her out on it, she went several days after the fact and wrote, thank you for having a private conversation with my attorney, you know, at Team YouTube. So if your attorneys had a private conversation with Team YouTube, then what's the problem? What happened with that? What came to fruition from that conversation? Oh, right, it didn't happen. You were doing that to save face because Kim and Crafton posted that screenshot on your Twitter. That's what that was. And maybe that needs to get posted again. I don't know. We had deleted the whole thing. Exactly. Like, that is like if there was any proof of any, like, it's right there. It was right there. In fact, in my mind, I wasn't really sure of what the truth was. I had some feeling, but the minute I saw that, I was like, it doesn't get much more plainer than this. This is what's going on here. And she knows that her audience isn't generally on Twitter. I don't usually use Twitter. I don't like Twitter. I've been using it more, but you know, she knows her audience, and she knows that the people that are going to go to Twitter are, and she's like, you know, made it so that everybody else doesn't have any credibility because she's knocked us so much. that they won't believe it anyways. They'll say that we doctored it. But I assure you, I am not in the market of doctoring documents or pictures or any. I don't do that shit. But yeah, did they answer? No, Remy. And that's the, like, I wish I had that, because if you look at it, like, there was a time lapse. It was right after they posted it on their community tab, that she went in and made up this fake conversation that they had supposedly had, and then deleted the entire thing. It was great. It was great. But yeah, she made up an entire conversation that her attorneys had with Team YouTube. Apparently, it was a very good conversation according to her, but I'm not really sure what came out of that. So yeah, I have no idea. But she's clearly not being truthful, and that's all I'm saying, is that, like, it's all coming out, and I just wish that she would lose this arrogance of entitlement. That's all. That's all I'm saying. And she says that, oh, all these people build their channels off of me, and all they do is talk about me. Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, but you talk about other people. That's how this works. You comment on public figures, and I choose to do videos on you and Dorothy, because I'm very angry with Dorothy, but Natasha, I started saying stuff about you because I started seeing stuff that just didn't add up, and it's my right to come on and talk about it. I can talk about it. And you built your channel off of exploiting, people's grief, for lack of a better word, finding people that had missing children and exploiting the fuck out of it, and then fucking them over. That's my understanding of how things went down from what I've seen. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I don't think so. I've seen statements from the families themselves, actually, who felt very taken advantage of. And I mean, that's a grieving family, that they're they don't know where their loved one is, and you come in here and you say that you want to bring attention. Of course they're going to go for it, especially when it's a case that people haven't paid any attention to, and the families don't feel heard, and they don't feel like anybody cares anymore, and it's their loved one. So it's frustrating. So imagine being in their situation, Natasha, instead of, feeling, be grateful for what you have. That's all I have to say. Yeah, so done with it. I get that. I've actually had a couple people tell me recently that they're starting to see things for what they are, but there are still some people that I've had conversations with who do support her, and I'm not negating the fact that, she's probably grateful, like, for herself, but she just doesn't express, especially recently. And, that was one of the points. And I said, yeah, okay, well, I'm sure she does appreciate it. And in the past, she used to show appreciation, but all of that has just suddenly been gone. Like, it's not the same anymore. She's not the same. I don't know what happened. I don't know if her ego got too big. I don't know if she got too entitled or too accustomed to the money she's bringing in. I don't know, or all of the above. I don't know what happened, but it's not the same. And people are noticing. And she can do something about that. That is my advice to her. That she can do something. You need to do an audience audit is what you need to do. And you need to figure out, and then do some market research, poke around, find out what your people want, and give that to them. That's all. And then you won't be losing so much memberships. That's just a fact. But you're not giving people what they want. They don't show up to they show up for the community, but even the community has become less. It's not the same. It's not the same. But that's just what I have to say about that. Michelle, I don't think I gave anybody a wrench yet. But I am going to, because I have two of you. Jeep is one of them that I'm going to throw a wrench, because I know my other mod is on vacation. So, and I know that everybody has. I know, Jeep. I know. I'm going to give you a wrench. I literally was procrastinating all day long. And no, I'm not going to be on here much longer. So because I need to eat, and I need to go watch my cheesy teen drama, like, shows that I'd be embarrassed to tell you I watch. I'm very embarrassed to tell you I watch. Do you guys want to know? Do you guys want to know what I'm binge watching? I watch the whole series again, usually every year, but I know there's like a new movie coming out for it, so I've been rewatching Teen Wolf. Don't judge me too harshly. You can judge me a little bit, just a little bit though. So I've been like kind of going down that rabbit hole. I've spent the majority of my day doing some of my work, because I have some freelance work that I'm doing. I have some projects. I'll actually send you guys the link to my latest project. I have to do a marketing strategy pitch via video. So I'll send you guys, I'll post the link so y'all can see what I do professionally. I'm not putting it on this channel. I'm not going to do that, but I do have to put it in video form. So, but yeah, I just wanted to thank you guys so much. Like, I really, like, I don't have any words for the kindness in this community. I told myself I wasn't going to come on here and cry, so I'm not going to. I don't want to cry. I've done enough crying this past week and a couple weeks, honestly, but this past week has been really rough for me emotionally. And the Sandman, that looked really good, 80s Girl. I want to check that out. I do want to check that out. Well, Kim, it's not. I wouldn't call it a job. Like I said, my main income was from a company that decided that they don't want to do business in the U.S. anymore because it's too much of a wild card. So I lost my job. So there's that. But I do freelance work and I do consultant work. So there's that. So that is where I make my money. But it depends on what projects come my way, and it really depends on how much work I take on. So, but yes, I do have a job. I know. I do have a job. I've had a job since I was 15, believe it or not, guys. I don't think I've been unemployed for more than a year. Or actually, no, that is kind of true. When I broke my spine in 2017, that's when I started doing the social media and stuff, and I got good at it. And the minute I found something I could do, because my work is my identity. So your hubby loves Teen Wolf. Well, he is my kind of person, Jeep, because most men do not appreciate the shows. I am also a big Gossip Girl fan. Not the reboot so much, but I always binge watch Gossip Girl around in November, around Thanksgiving is always when I find it. I want to watch that. I have a lot of guilty pleasure shows. Those two probably being the two of the top ones. I never really got into Pretty Little Liars. I watched Pretty Little Liars, but I never really. I got into it at first, and then I was like, eh. And then same with Riverdale. I liked it at first, and now I'm just like, I don't even know what this is anymore, and I don't care. But actually, I saw Kevin Crafton posted this, so I want to say it publicly too. If y'all haven't watched on Netflix The Most Hated Man on the Internet, go watch it, because I made a community post immediately after I finished watching it. Y'all need to see it. Anybody in this community, y'all need to see this. It's on Netflix. You won't regret it. It's a little raunchy. There's some raunchy stuff that goes on, so just be prepared for that. But it's great. It's really great, and I think people should watch that. It's very informative about how the internet can have consequences for people, and people need to remember that. They need to remember that, because a lot of the time it's easy to forget that the internet can have consequences, and you think that you are untouchable, and that couldn't be further from the truth. Most of us downplay our work and jobs. Right, Crafton. I am telling you, that is exactly what I'm trying to say. Why would I tell people where I work? Why would I do that? You guys already called my house. Why would I ever suggest or even remotely even imply that I have a place of employment? Like, seriously, that is spot on. Because they would call. They would. You guys know they'd call. They call anybody that can get their hands on the number. And it's pointless, because the people that are doing it are just batshit crazy, and there's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing I can do about it, because it doesn't matter what I do. Like, I know the clips that they play, and I know, like, the one request, I know that I came off as very aggressive, and I apologize for that. I said I should not have come off as aggressive as I did in that video. I understand that's not a good look, and I think more so people are, my parents don't like being bothered. So don't do it. I don't do that to you. And, right, they call Jess's doctors, for God's sakes. I mean, these people have no boundaries, so no boundaries. Somebody called her parents as well. People call, and I guarantee you guys that just because creators don't come on here and tell you about it, it doesn't mean it's not happening. And I understand. I actually almost didn't say anything at all, and I probably shouldn't have. But I know that it happens. I speak to other creators outside of here privately. People call their work, their families. You name it, it happens, and they just don't come on here and talk about it because they don't want to draw more attention to it. They don't want to let people know that it's happening, and I get that. Trust me, I do. So just because people don't talk about it on here and use it for content, because believe it or not, guys, not everybody uses that kind of stuff for content. Some people just keep it to themselves and just move on and deal with it. But it doesn't mean it's not creepy, and it's wrong, and it happens a lot more than you guys would know. And it sucks. So, Crafton, I don't blame you for, actually, that's a good idea. People should just pretend they don't have a job. Don't even imply you don't have a family either. You are nobody. You don't have an identity. You don't even have a name. There we go. I actually thought Crafton was a stage name. To be honest, I was like, I've never heard that name before. I'm like, that's got to be a stage name, but it's not. Yeah, 2 subs of justice have been right, and that doesn't surprise me at all. That doesn't surprise me at all. And honestly, I think I have a feeling I know where it's coming from. And fortunately, it's not like a large group of people, but these people are relentless and they don't stop. And I don't know if it's, I have a feeling it's the same people that do this. Because you have to have some sort of moral depravity to be comfortable doing that. And these people are very comfortable doing it, like very comfortable. They will pose as people. I don't believe that that's what happened in my case. I don't believe anybody posed, but there was a message the reason I never played that message, guys, is because the person who did it and I had a conversation, and she doesn't show her face in this community anymore. So that was my agreement with her, was that, you know, you need to knock it off. I don't want to see you in chats talking about me or my friends. And I haven't seen her since. She might be under a different name. I mean, I told her that I would be able to tell, but I lied. We can't do that. Actually, yes, you can. I didn't lie. You can see. I know there's like apps you can download or programs where you can see the whole history of that account. So like, let's say I changed my name to Michelle, you'd be able to click in and see that my name had been this, and this. I know that there's a way to do that. So I did not lie. But I haven't seen her again, and that was the agreement. So there was that. And then the one my mom hung up on, I have no idea who that was, but this one my dad had a conversation with for a half hour. So yes. Yeah. And don't do that again, because it's not going to get rid of me. I'm not going anywhere. You're not going to accomplish your goal. Like, it's not going to happen. My dad has no control over my internet. My dad has no control over me. I don't live with him. And he told you that. All right. He told you that. So you can stop with that nonsense. Yeah. End of story. So knock it off. Like, I have enough going on in my life right now, and I'm not bothering the people who are doing this. It's not Dorothy. It's not Natasha herself doing it. It's not them. It's people associated, but it's not them. I think my dad would know if he spoke to Dorothy. Don't worry. that accent, or Natasha for that matter, I think those accents are pretty distinct, and I don't think this person had a very distinct accent, so who knows. But yeah. Oh, you can. Okay. Yeah, I was wondering why people wanted the URLs. That makes sense. Yeah, the real, like keep this on YouTube. You could, whatever. I'd rather take people harassing me in my emails. You can call me whatever you want. You go ahead and you spend your time wasting your time that you're blessed to have on this planet, making emails like Granny hates Emma and Emma's crackhead mom. You continue to do that if that's what fulfills you in your life. It's incredibly sad, and I don't know if there are people that care about this person. I come get your girl, because there is I have no words. I can't even address it, because if I address it, I'm told I'm being abusive by even pointing it out or existing, or I'm sorry, I don't even need to do anything at all, or I don't even have to speak about this person. I'm told that I'm their abuser. I don't understand it. It makes no sense. This is like logic that I can't understand, and it frustrates the hell out of me, but you know, here it is. Yeah, Crafton Barnes. That's a good name, though, and I know your middle name, too. We were all talking about that. You were mentioning that, and you're like, I'm not going to repeat it, because I don't want to do that, but yes. It's always novels. Yes! This woman thinks that I've done, like, I'm flabbergasted. I have never had that happen before. I think Lufa blocked me again, though, so I haven't been able to see her masterpieces, but I'm sure they're there. So... Oh, I mean, but that's the thing. Like, yeah, actually, I'm going to be quiet. I'm not going to say what I want to say, but it needs to stop. That's it. The ones doing it protect their family, so why do they think it's acceptable? Right! I would never do that to somebody else. I would never call, hey, T. Adams, I would never, ever call somebody else's family. I've never so much as Googled anybody's name, because I don't care. That's not my business. What they do in their personal life is not my business. I don't care. Like, you know, what you do on YouTube, that's my business. But your family isn't. Like, I don't care about people's children or their families or whatever. If I comment on the fact that they have a child, that's not talking about somebody's children. I want to make that clear, because a lot of these people, you'll just say, yeah, that person has a son, and they're like, oh my God, they were talking about my children. And I'm just like, oh God, because they just said you had a kid, but I don't know. Like, oh my God, some of these people, I'm telling you, they should study this community. There are some weirdos here. Not in my chat, though. All the people in my chat, I can vouch for. I can vouch for you guys. At least the ones that I've seen since I've been looking at the chat. But yes, I do. Yeah, Wayne. Your middle really, Michelle? That's interesting. No, you're kidding. You're kidding with me. Actually, I don't say my middle name because I actually went by my middle name while I was in Natasha's community. Actually, abbreviated version of. Oh wait, my actual middle name is an abbreviated version of what I was going by. It's confusing, but I had heard Natasha's reputation, so I was like, I'm not going to come in here with my name the way it is because it was my name. So I changed it. And then when I left her community, I was like, I want to change it again because I want to be apart from that. And I was looking at a grade I got in grad school, and I was like, BeePlus. Okay. And now it sounds so stupid. Like hearing my dad say that, I was so cringe. I wanted to die. I wanted to die, guys. It's like, oh God. But I was like, that sounds so stupid. But I don't know if I could rebrand at this point. I'll make it work. Yeah, Emma is actually no fucks given, hard to abbreviate. Exactly. It's like, I'm Natasha fucking Cooper, bitch. I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. Somebody should clip that. Somebody needs to do something with that. If they have, I haven't seen it, but I'm lazy. Clip videos are a pain in the ass. Y'all, if you guys see people that do clip videos, go give it a like every time. Even if you don't watch it, just like it, please. They're a pain in the ass to do. Oh, thanks, Earthbound Spirit. Thank you for stopping by. Always a pleasure. You've been here since pretty much day one, actually. Actually, you have been here since day one. I know that for a fact. So, yeah, you named your youngest Karen. Yeah. I'm sure that name's going to make a comeback soon. I'm telling you. I'm sure it is. I am sure it is. You know, I didn't know any Emmas growing up, but now everybody's named Emma. Everybody is named Emma. But, yeah. And no, it's not short for Emily. I used to get that a lot. It's not short for Emily. It's not short for any. It's just Emma. It's my name. Emma. My middle name begins with a B, so I can go with that. Emma B. There we go. We could do that. But that's about as much information as I'm giving you. Yeah, thank you, Jeep. Yeah, I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna go eat my food, but I feel like I can't thank you guys enough. You guys are incredible. Like, you really are. I have no words, and I have a hard time expressing like my gratitude, and I'm always afraid it's not gonna come off as sincere as I want it to because I don't feel like I can like even have the words to describe like the just the generosity I've experienced here. It's unreal. It's not something I'm used to in my life, and not because I like don't have it's you'd have to know my life to understand why I'm saying that, but I'm not used to people being to caring, actually, if that makes sense. And I'm not trying to say what people probably are picking up. I do have a good relationship with my parents now. It's my brain doesn't work sometimes. I've had an interesting life, but yes, yeah, go watch it, Laurie. It's really good. Like, seriously, we'll come on here and the people can tell me what they think. But I'm gonna go watch Teen Wolf and eat my food, my junk food, and my donuts and stuff because I've been on this weird junk food kick. Who knows? But yeah, I appreciate you all very, very much, and I hope you all have a great night and stay safe on those YouTube streets. And I will probably be on Monday. Will be my next live. And good to have you, Ocean's daughter. I don't think I got to say hi to you, and good. Should have just gone to the game, Chris and Remy, of course, and all you guys are amazing. So have a great night and stay safe on those YouTube streets. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, and I will see you guys very soon.